All right, so it's time for some fruit nails. Welcome back to Nails by Sora, and today we're going to be doing something that's really popular lately, and I'm not really sure if I've ever seen it as popular as I've seen it this year. But fruit nails are all over the place. I've already done them twice at work. I did lemons, I did grapefruit. I've done them on myself. So now I'm going to do them on some sample nails, and we're going to start out with kiwi, which admittedly I don't see a lot of. It's mostly citrus fruits, plus I've been seeing a lot of cherries for the past 4 months or so. So we're going to do some cherries as well. But I'm having trouble figuring out the green for the kiwi. I don't have the right shade off the bat, so I'm going to try to mix it. And I want to start off with tea leaf from Apres. And I'm going to add in some pistachio from Madame Glam. Actually, let me shake it. I shake gel polishes all the time at work, but for some reason when I get home, I forget to give them a shake. I'm gonna add a dollop just like that. And then I want to add a little bit of this glass green called Lime Fizz for translucency and a little bit of brightness. That would look like a fun design on a nail too. Let's get a spatula so we can stir it. Ooh, did we hit it in one? I think it needs to be a little bit brighter. Let's go with the glass. I don't know that that really did anything. I think that's pretty good. What do you all think? All right, so we're going to do thin layers. And I think I'll probably need to do 2 or 3 coats, definitely 2, possibly a third. And I may need to still add a little bit of a brighter color in, but I will save that to the end because we're going to build up the opacity and it might actually turn out to be the color that we need. So I'm going to pop this in the lamp for 60 seconds. Apres gels only need 30 seconds, but since I mixed it with 2 Madame Glam, I'm going to go for the longer amount of time and cure it for 60 seconds. All right, so I was looking at it while the nail was curing, and I felt like it still looked a little too light and was leaning towards yellow. So I added in some more of the glass green, and I'm going to go in with that, and that's already looking so much better. Now, since the glass color is semi-transparent, I feel like I need to do a third coat. So I'm gonna get this in the lamp and cure it. Once I get whatever's on the nail off the nail. And then I will do a third coat. All right, so we're going to go in with the core. And the kiwi core looks white, but it is slightly not white. So I'm taking some of, what is this color? Organic eggshell from Apres, and I'm mixing it with white, perfect white from Madame Glam. I'm just going to kind of put in a semicircle shape on the left-hand side of the nail. And I'm going to wipe off the brush before it goes back into the bottle so that I don't contaminate it. But for right now, it's going to sit on the side because I want to more perfectly perfect this circle for now. And I say for now because we're going to distort it only slightly. All right, so we're going to pull out some lines, and I know I just put fresh green on, so hopefully it'll still do what I want it to do, but we're going to pull out some lines, kind of like a starburst, to create the striations of the core going through this cross section of the kiwi. And I'm just wiping off my brush so that I don't pull green back in. All right, and now we're going to go ahead and cure that. All right, so that's looking pretty good. I want to go in and add a little bit more opacity to the core though. So I'm going to go in with a little bit more of the eggshell white mixture. And then once again, start pulling out some lines. So I do now have also popped pistachio from a Prey, and I'm going to do some accent lines, just so that we have some depth of color. Light and shadow. It's not what we see, it's what we choose to be. Next up, we absolutely need to add in the seeds. So I'm going to take a dotting tool. Oh, I think that's actually smaller than the one that I thought was my smallest. No, they're about the same size. But anyway, so we're going to take black and we're going to put in some dots. And we're going to start them in at the center and go out in a randomized fashion. It's not what we know, it's where we go. I grow wings and tell her goodbye. It's not what we see, it's what we choose to be. All right, so now that we have our seeds in, I just want to reshape them a bit because they are not round. Seeds are slightly teardrop shaped. So I'm just going to take the seeds and pull out the top of it. It's not what we see, it's
It's what we choose to be.
So there's one more thing that I want to put into this, and I should mention that this is a reference image that I found on Google. They're from, it's a brand, Zenyu, Zhenyu, almond long fake nail kiwi fruit green press on nails for a fingernail. But I really like them, so I wanted to try to replicate them. I don't want to forget to say that. So this kiwi is from that set, and I want to put in a velvet matte top coat, and then we were going to drop some moisture droplets on top of it. And I'm going to take some of this cured gel out of the neck of the bottle. I don't know why this happens to my matte top coats. It only happens to my matte top coats. But anyway, we are going to matte top coat it to give it a smooth surface. And then we're going to drop, after we cure it, we're going to drop on some no wipe top coat to create moisture droplets. All right, so going in with your crazy top or whatever top you want to use. It should, though, be of a thick consistency. You can see it rolls quite slowly, but it will spill out the jar, so don't tip it all the way. You want to take a small brush and some of your crazy top and kind of just randomly put some droplets. Random is the key. Big and small, not evenly spaced. Just like so. Now, once you give it a cure, it is all finished and we can move on to the next nail. Moving on to some cherries. I'm starting with Shrimply the Best because it's Shrimply the Best. Better than all the rest. Ignore that, please. Don't even know if I'm going to keep it in, but if you're hearing this, I did. And I'm ashamed of myself. But yes, we're going in with Shrimply the Best. And I'm thinking it might be a little bit too the best. Kind of wanted something a little bit more pale. Do I have a different one? Let's see. We have Smell the Rosé, which I don't feel like wiping this off, so maybe we can just blend it in and see what pink we get. I don't like it. Shall we go with cherry petals? Which needs to be shaken. Shocker.
I told you we're over. I swear that I'm sober. Just listen, I miss you. And I know that I said all these things, but now when you're with her, I can see that.
All right, so I'm thinking I want to do something a little bit different. Why does it feel like I say that in every single video? I'm going to go in and I'm going to outline the nail with a more, what's the word? What's the word, people? A more traditional pink. Like when you think of pink, this would be that pink. just for a little bit of je ne sais quoi. I don't know what. I just don't want a nail. I was originally going to do a nail with a few different cherry duos and then some polka dots, which I'm still going to do, but I kind of want to frame it out. Which makes me think I should have waited to do the outline until after I've got the cherries on there, because then I would go over the cherries and make it feel more constrained within the nail. But I can figure it out.
I can see that you miss me. Would you stay till the morning light? Or would you follow me? Or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right. We'll find the remedy. Or would you stay with me now till the...
All right, moving along, we've got our border, and now I'm going to go in with the cherries. So I want to do pretty good sized cherries, but not too big. Don't want them to be ostentatious. And I think I'm going to end up making them 3D. But first we're going to go in and make them 2D. And I'm just going to take some dots as usual, and I'm going to place them slightly at an angle from each other. And putting them, you know, as we said before, randomly. But bear in mind that we need to leave room for stems. So don't put them too close together. All right, that may be too many, but we will go from there. I do want to go in with my striping brush first and make sure that they're all perfectly round, or as round as can be. Especially since I think I just ruined that one. But also make sure that they're all the same size. This one I'm going to bring up against the line.
I wanna lay here beside you, oh quiet. Fire breath and open sky.
And then I'm going to go in with my cleanup brush and make sure that this is against it and not over it.
I grow wings and tell her goodbye. Oh, it's not what we see, it's what we choose to be.
All right, so now that we've got our cherries and they are cured, we're going to make our stems. I think I need to use a different brush though, because this one is blunted. Blunted! So we're going to take some green. And we're just going to connect our cherries. And we're going to draw our lines slightly curved. And we can have them going in different directions. So these are curving to the left. We're going to curve these to the right.
Fire breath and open sky. It's not what we know, it's where we go. I grow wings and tell her goodbye.
I just took some of a darker green. This one is I Love You Forever. Yeah, no, I Love You Very Much. And I want to add in some shadow. just on one of the stems, because I think the other green is a little bit too bright. And then we're also going to use it to draw the leaf.
You're gone now. Will you coming back? Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that. You're the traveling kind.
So now going in, I want to put in a little bit of a green highlight. And then we're also going to put in a white highlight on the cherries.
You come home to me once you travel the world, all the spaces inside your heart.
Before I pop it in the lamp, I want to put in those polka dots. All right, we have mattified once again, and we are going to go in with our top coat to create our 3D cherries, maybe. Yeah, there we go.
Seen all the things, all the places. I hope it means that you come home to me once you travel the world, all the spaces inside your heart.
You shouldn't have to flash in between unless they are too close together. These two are, so I'm going to wait on doing the second one till after I flash cure the first batch. I'm pretty sure I should be able to get all of them at the same time except for that last one up at the top. Two down and three to go. So let's move on to some lemons, shall we? For the lemons, I want to start off with this beautiful blue background, New Quest from Madame Glam. I'm going to do 2 coats, and then I think for this one, we're just going to do our whole lemons. I want to do either an orange or a grapefruit as well on a different nail, and I think that one is going to be the cross section. This nail is going to be predominantly 2-dimensional with the design, and I may still do some water droplets or moisture droplets on the lemons. Okay, going in with our yellow, which is another mixture. This one is Goldfinger, which is another glass color that I mixed with Querida. I don't have a true yellow. This is kind of a pastel-y yellow, and the glass yellow gave it the perfect amount of vibrancy. So actually I'm going to go in with my baby blender, and I'm going to draw out the shape of a lemon. So it's got a bit of a nipple, for want of a better word, for lack of a better word, at the top. And then it comes around into a soft oval. Some lemons are perfectly round, but for the purposes of this nail, it will not be. I'm kind of on the fence. I was going to do two whole lemons, but I'm thinking maybe I want to do the cross section of a lemon in the background. But I'm going to cure this one first, and then do a second coat. All right, we've got our lemons. I did decide to keep them whole, so we're going to go in with some shadowing effects. And we're just going to put it in around the edge lightly, and we're going to blend it out. Using some brown. This is High Roller from Madam Glam. Then I'm going to take some alcohol just to bleed it a bit. Adding in some yellow to create an ombre effect so that it doesn't look so harsh. Ugh. Never-ending hairs. And this is going to help add some great dimension. And now we're going to cure it. I'm going to go back in with the brown now because I want to create some stems. So we're going to take our liner brush. And it's going to start off a little bit more thick at the tip and then trail off into a piece of like a broken stem. We're going to flash this so that we can go ahead and put in the leaves. I have Aloe You Very Much. And we're just going to put in some leaves.
Oh, quiet. Fire breath and open sky. It's not what we know, it's where we go. I grow wings and tell her goodbye.
As always, we need some highlights, so we're going to go in with some different greens and some white.
Sunflowers, high grass, and bare feet. Oh, each second is a tree.
I'm just going ahead and doing the same thing that I did with the brown. I put down the white, and now I'm blending it with some of the yellow.
Fire breath and open sky.
I'm going to go ahead and go over the lemons with some no white top coat. I want to leave the background matte.
It's not what we see, it's what we choose to be. We're beyond good. I've never been so ready.
I am leaving it raised because I want to continue on with the 3D nature of this fruit.
It's where we go. I grow wings and tell her goodbye.
All right, I'm not sure how to go about making this orange color for our oranges, but I did use this gorgeous, gorgeous blue for the background. Take me to Mykonos. I'm thinking maybe I should have used a lighter blue though, but we're going to see how it turns out. We're going to set that aside for now. I've got two different oranges on my palette. I've got Magnetic, I've got Sun Stalker, and we've got a third one, which is a gel paint that we're going to mix in to try to get the orange that we want. It's a little gray and lacking vibrancy. I don't have a jelly or a glass orange. Although I do have red and yellow. And red and yellow together make orange. So let's add that in. We'll add just a tiniest amount of red because red will overpower it. And I feel like that did absolutely nothing. We're going to leave the neon aside because that's going to gray it out. I'm going to add in All right, I think that actually is going to do it. I do want to maybe add in some more of our glass yellow just to brighten it up. And we are going to go almost over the entire nail. And we're going to have to do multiple coats. All right, so I've taken some of this red and I've mixed it in with the orange because I want to create some gradation from the outside to the inside. So I'm going to take it around the perimeter. I'm also going to use it as the rind because the rind is always darker than the inside. And same as last time with our lemons, I'm going to take some alcohol and bleed it out slightly. And then take the orange and blend it even more. Why am I off camera? I think I should have actually started this further in because I still need to, well, the pith, the rind is kind of thin, so I can still, I'm going to bring it further in anyway. So I'm just going back and forth, blending it until I get it the way I like it. Just want to make sure that you don't make it too thick because it still does need to cure. Right, I'm going to go ahead and cure this. And then we're going to go ahead and put in the rind. All right, going in with our rind, we're just going to create a thin circle slightly inside the border of our orange. And then we're going to draw our cross sections. So I always tend to, whenever I've done it before, I always, for some reason, tend to go to the corner, and that makes it look lopsided. So I'm going to bring it down this way. Just like so. And then we're going to soften our corners. And I'm going to make them slightly irregular. And then taking my darker orange, I'm going to create a border on the outside. Now I'm going to go back to our palette and we're going to take our striping brush, once we can find it, and we're going to create striations, lines, throughout the cross sections.
Try to make up dreams just to be seen. I wanna lay here beside you, oh quiet. Fire breath and open sky. It's not what we know, it's where we go. I grow wings that our goodbye. Oh, it's not what we see, it's what we choose to be. Sunflowers, high grass, and bare feet. Oh, but you each second is a treat. I keep my balance next to you.
So I'm loving the way this is looking, but I'm going to put in some more 3D elements, and that is the raised, what would you call them? Like the capsules, the, squishy part that actually holds the juice. So we're going to put a large dollop at one end and drag it forward so it fades out.
It's not what we see, it's what we choose to be. We're beyond good, I've never been so ready. Fire breath and open sky.
I'm going to go ahead and flash cure this and then put in some more on either side.
Oh, it's not what we see, it's what we choose to be. Fire breath and open sky. It's not what we know, it's where we go. I grow wings and tell her goodbye. It's not what we see, it's what we choose to be.
So I neglected to do a top coat on the orange. So I'm going to go in and really just scrub it in because I don't want to further bloat and lose the shape of the 3D pieces. So I'm really just scrubbing it over the top and completing the look.
Once you've seen all the things, all the places, I hope it means that you'll come home to me. Once you've traveled the world, all the spaces inside your heart, I hope I'll be your end destination.
All right, while that is curing, we're going to start our last nail, and that is going to be our watermelon nail. So once again, I'm going to be mixing some colors because watermelon isn't really a true red. There is some pink in it. So we're going to take OMG Pink Neon. We're going to take Sunset in Florida. And we're going to take Hourglass Red once again. Actually, I think I want to take the Glass Pink, which is Love Notes. I'm thinking that's actually pretty darn good. Just want to lighten it a little bit. We're going to go ahead and paint that on. I am going to use the bottle brush from the glass pink just to make things go a little bit faster. I don't know if we're going to be able to build up opacity. What color do I want to use underneath it? May have to go in with a full coverage red. Okay, I'm going to do 2 coats of Double Trouble. It is semi-transparent still, but then I'm going to overlay it with our mixture. All right, now to go in and do the rind, trying to think about how to do this because watermelon rinds are striped. So I'm going to kind of put down splashes of color. And then I was going to use the same brush, but I'm thinking maybe I'll use my ombre brush. To pull them into their stripes. Going in now with the lighter part of the rind, I'm going to be using Tea Leaf again from A Prey. I'm just going to use a liner brush and underline our the skin. All right, coming down to the wire, the last part of our watermelon. I really love this color that I made. Not to brag, but we're going to do seeds once again, and we're just going to kind of lay down elongated drops. All right, now cure, we will top coat and we will be done. All right, these are our finished fruit nail samples. I'm so over the moon with how these came out. I've been looking forward to doing it for a while, and as with most of my plans, they kept getting pushed off and pushed off and pushed off. But I love the way they turned out. You have to let me know which one is your favorite. I honestly can't choose. I love them all. I'm definitely going to have to do some fruit nails on myself at some point, but leave a comment down below. Let me know which one is your favorite. Let me know which one you would love to do on yourself if you've done fruit nails. And let me know if you have any comments or questions as to any of the techniques or products I used in this video. All the information for the products will be in the description box below. And that's going to do it. Please hit that like and subscribe button and that notification bell so that you always know when new videos are available. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.
It's where we go. I grow wings and tell her goodbye. Oh, it's not what we see, it's what we choose.